Hey, what's up everybody, Fate here and welcome back to a new video. Today, I wanted to do a reaction video for the newest Minecraft Live that's out so far. This is the one for March of 2025, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. Before we get started though, I apologize for if you can hear the fan spinning around in the background. Not really sure what the problem is with the fan. I just know that there's only one real way to stop it, and I just haven't done it yet. So, sorry, there's a pop-up on my screen. I'm trying to get rid of it. There we go. Alright, so with that being said, let's get into this Minecraft Live, shall we? 26 minutes 46 seconds long. Let's get started. Just real quick as well, my computer's speakers are busted, so everything that comes out of my speakers is echoed for me. I don't know if that's the same way for you guys. I don't know if it sounds like that for you guys watching, but if it does, I apologize. Just wanted to get that out the way as well. Game footage includes work in progress material and early builds. It's all subject to change. Okay. I hope I don't get copyright strikes for this.
Welcome to Minecraft Live, coming to you from the Mojang office here in Stockholm, Sweden. Today we have a packed show for you. We'll be unveiling brand new features, giving new insights from our developers, and showing exclusive content from a Minecraft movie. We'll also be revealing the first steps into something that might just change how you look at your Minecraft worlds forever. You have continued to showcase your creativity in ways that we would never have imagined. Minecraft is more than a game, and it's all thanks to you. Since the beginning, we've been adding new blocks, features and mobs, widening our world and give you more opportunity for creativity. And there's more of that to come. Recently, we've started revisiting some areas of Minecraft and looking into how we can improve our core experience, whether that's breathing new life into existing biomes or implementing features to improve the experience for all types of players. More on that later. And if you want even more details, be sure to catch the deep dig taking place at the end of the show. For now, let's catch up with some familiar faces who just happen to be tiny experts in our game drop strategy.
It's Minecraft Live already? And we're doing it twice this year? And why are there now several game drops throughout the year? Help! Not right now. I'm busy.
Are you okay, Tiny Boo?
You look confused. Do you need us to explain how a calendar works again?
Tiny Jens, Tiny Agnes, can you explain why we do game drops now? And why Minecraft Live is now 2 shows a year? And what are your favorite colors?
Minecraft Live is now 2 shows that we do throughout the year, so we can communicate our evil plans to our players more often.
Evil?
Did I say evil? I meant to say exciting.
Oh, neat!
And game drops are our new release structure that we started in 2024. There will be several throughout the year. It means content drops of varying sizes, bringing the community new features more frequently.
Oh, also neat.
And my favorite color happens to be beach ball.
Does that clear everything up?
Everything except beach ball.
Last year, we released 3 game drops, bringing armadillos, wolf variants, this pale garden biome, and more to Minecraft.
Don't forget the creaking.
I wish I could vote to not remember the creaking.
What? We don't do voting.
Already this year, we have previewed our first 2025 game drop, bringing new nature blocks, different types of cows, pigs and chickens, and firefly bushes to Minecraft.
But that's just the beginning of what we've got planned. Today, we'll be sharing details of another brand new game drop coming this year.
Wow! Can we call it the Tiny Boo Drop?
I think we need to have a talk again, off camera.
Hooray!
Fresh air.
I'm sorry. Apologies for not really saying much in these past few minutes. I've just been like, it's not even that I've been invested in what's going on. That's part of the reason why I haven't been saying anything. But the other reason is because there's really hasn't been anything yet to say anything about. They did mention that there's firefly bushes, which is kind of interesting. I think what they're doing with that is, if you guys remember back when they were making the mangrove swamp and the frogs and all that, they were originally also going to add fireflies, but then they scrapped that because they found out that fireflies are actually like poisonous or toxic to frogs or whatever. So they ended up just scrapping the idea. What they might end up doing with these firefly bushes, if I heard that correctly, is they might end up like implementing the fireflies into like the bushes, where it's just like some kind of bush where fireflies fly around but they don't really leave the bush or something. I'm not sure.
Hello, I'm Agnes, and I'm so happy to be here with you all again. We have quite many things we would love to share with you all today, and we will start with something that many of you have already been testing. And today, I'm happy to announce the name and date for our upcoming drop. It's called Spring to Life, and it will actually be releasing in just a few days' time, on March 25th.
Oh yeah, so another reason why I decided to do this today is because this update just dropped, and I wanted to go ahead and do this reaction video before experiencing any of the new features in the game. Because literally, like today when I woke up, I immediately got onto Minecraft and was about to play, and then I saw that the new update was added. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get that reaction video out of the way, and then I'll go right back to playing Minecraft after it's done. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video today. I regret not
We
doing
want
this
to
video
revisit
sooner.
some existing biomes to make them more delightful and to give them a clearer and more unique personality. And in that way, we hope to enhance some of the...
Yeah, that is something that I feel like they've needed to do for a while. It looks like this update and potentially future updates might be used for, like, instead of adding more like crazy biomes or something like that, they might be taking a step back to like improve on already existing biomes. Like I know certain biomes like the snowy biomes, the desert, like biomes like that were just kind of empty for the longest. And I am kind of interested in seeing how they plan on changing that. You know what I mean?
existing core values Minecraft already has, like exploration and building, because like it's so much more exciting and inspiring and fun to journey through the Minecraft world and to make it your own when the places you see are more immersive and varied. And here to talk more about Spring to Life are our lovely Des.
Spring to Life is only a couple of days away now. I'm really excited for players to get their hands on it and play with all the new features we've added. I think it's a nice bit of sort of spring cleaning to the overworld biomes.
The overall goal for this drop is to make the biomes feel like more different from each other and more alive. And the way we've done that is by adding new blocks that are unique.
Something else that I would love to see them do, considering we have is something, I want them to do something with villagers. Specifically, because there is jungle villagers and swamp villagers coded into the game, I think we should get jungle and swamp villages at some point in the future. If they haven't already added that with this update, I feel like that's something we should get in the future at some point, just because why have villager types coded into the game if you don't plan on making village types with that? It's like I have also had thoughts of like, what if they do like a cherry village or something like that, but they don't have that coded into the game, and I wouldn't blame them if they decided to not ever code that into the game, so I'm not tripping about that. But like the swamp and the jungle village, I feel like we should have gotten jungle and swamp villages back when they coded those types into the game. But let me know what y'all guys think about that idea in the comments. Do you think it would be a good idea if they made jungle and swamp villages? That way we could actually have jungle and swamp villagers without having to bring villagers from other biomes into those biomes and then breed them to get that type? Or do you think it's a bad idea?
To certain biomes, we've added mob variations that occur in certain biomes, and then we've added new sounds and moving particles to add some feeling of motion as well.
I think our current farm animal mobs are pretty iconic. So I wanted to keep like some of the features that I think are important to them. But at the same time, I wanted to kind of introduce some kind of like new colors, or for like the cows, I introduced some like different horn types and stuff. For the cold cow, we were inspired by the Highland cattle, which is very fluffy and very fuzzy, very cute. We have the hot climate pig, which is the Red River hog, kind of inspired. That has this cool markings on its face and everything. And then we have a cold or cool chicken, which is inspired by Polish chickens, which have some really nice kind of feathers going on.
Okay, well that explains the hairdo that it has. Okay. But I did notice in the thumbnail of this video, next to the, what was it, the cold chicken, that purple chicken, I saw it had laid an egg, and the egg was a different texture from the regular eggs. So does that mean that if you were to kill these new mobs, or say you were to farm off of them, like, would you get different drops than if you were to just get the regular versions of the mobs? Like, I assume the new chicken forms are going to have new eggs to drop. Maybe instead of, like, leather from the new cows, they drop, like, fur or something. But I don't know. That's just something I'm spitballing out there. Hopefully we'll get more of an insight once they actually start talking about the features and not just talking about everybody's opinions about it, which is kind of whatever.
I think my favorite is the cool chicken, just because I get to say cool chicken around the office a lot.
The new sounds we've added is sounds for the desert, sounds for Firefly Bush.
They added new songs? Oh, that's fire. Unless they're just talking about sound effects. But if they added like new music specifically for like those specific parts of the overworld, that's amazing.
Sounds for the leaf litter and sound personalities for the wolves. The desert biome is a really peaceful place. You will start to hear sounds of sand and wind. And hopefully you will feel the emptiness of the desert.
Yeah, okay, it looks like they are doing some at least minor changes to the desert. I did see in the thumbnail they have that little flower thing on top of the cactus, which will be nice. I'm seeing they're adding like some kind of grass to the place. It would be kind of cool if they added like little oases inside of the desert to kind of add more life, I guess, to the desert. Because I feel like I almost never explore deserts. The only real thing that it was kind of like how the Nether was before the Nether update in 1.16. Like, when you went to the Nether before the 1.16 update, the only thing you could do there was, like, go explore for a Nether fortress. Nether fortresses and maybe Nether quartz were the only reason why you would ever want to go to the Nether back then. So, like, I feel like the desert is a real similar biome, but I feel like the only reason why people go to the desert is for, like, desert temples. You know what I mean? So, maybe with this new life they're adding, there will be other reasons to explore the desert instead of just hunting desert temples. That's what I'm hoping for.
The overworld got ambient sounds attached to the blocks, so if the player removes all of the blocks, the sound goes away. And if the player is bringing these blocks that have sounds, you bring the sound as well.
And we think some players who really want to stretch their building skills and take it a bit further will start trying to incorporate sounds into their builds as well.
The wolf sounds are actually not wolves, it's dogs. I went to a dog daycare and recorded a lot of dogs.
Could you do the mad wolf?
We've also...
so they added like actual dog sounds for the dogs. That's kind of cool. I fuck with that. So does that also mean that they're gonna change the name of the wolves to just dogs from then on? Kind of like how when they first added the cats, they referred to all the cat breeds as ocelots. But then once they added the new variants, they referred to them as cats. Are they gonna do something similar to the wolves? Where they change it to dogs, or are they just going to keep them as wolves?
So made some other changes to add more movement to the overworld. For example, with the new firefly bush, the block attracts firefly particles that move around above it, which is really nice when you find them in the swamp or near rivers. And because the fireflies come out in darkness and go away in the light, like a technical player can even switch them on and off. So there's a lot that you can do with this block. I'm really excited about the new spawn eggs too. For players who play in creative mode, we have so many mobs in the game now, and the spawn eggs, they were starting to look a bit all the same, like it gets harder and harder to remember which one is which. So I think the new art is just fantastic, and
cool.
There's so much character.
They changed the textures of the eggs to where they actually look different, and you can tell which one's which. I see they're making certain ones smaller than others to kind of match with the sizes of the original mob. That's nice. That's nice indeed. I'm liking this new change. I fuck with it. Hell yeah. Not entirely sure what this mob is though right here. This like red egg with the orange rings on it. It could be blazes, but I don't know.
Character and personality.
Similar to the changes to the lodestone recipe, we also wanted to change the cartographer villager trades so that you get more maps to take you towards other villages in different biomes, again, to sort of encourage players to explore and move to different locations with knowing a bit more what they're going to get.
They finally added that feature to the game? It took them long enough.
In case you missed anything, here's a summary from our friends at...
Okay, so that villager... that cartographer trade, that was one of the trades that were introduced with the whole like villager rebalance thing. So it was that, the librarian trade, where they made it like harder, like way harder to get a lot of the enchantment books, basically just locking them behind certain biomes and shit. And then they made like a slight change to the armorer. I forgot what they did to the armorer, but I don't care. The only change that I liked was the one with the cartographer. And it looks like at the very least they're adding that into this update. I really hope they don't add the librarian trade into this update, because I will be really upset if they do.
Element animation.
I think the reason why they're showing off the Wandering Trader so much is I think it's possible that they're going to be changing making his trades better. That I have a feeling that's why he's being shown off so much. That, or he's just being used as a connecting piece to show off all the other features. But I don't know. What the hell? Oh, that's something I didn't even realize. So when I first heard about them potentially like adding the new mob variants, I heard something about them also including a new sheep variant, which I was like, as cool as it would be to see more sheep variants, at the same time I don't feel like we need it. The cows, the pigs, and the chickens I can understand, but the sheep I feel like just don't need new variants. So I think they kept that in mind and they decided to just not include any new sheep variants, at least in this update. They might do that in a future update, but yeah. I really hope I don't get copyrighted for this music, by the way.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I play Natalie in a Minecraft movie. I started playing Pocket Edition with my friends way back when I was like 10. We were on a competitive dance team, and whenever we had a spare moment, we'd play Minecraft together. Action! Guys, I've read about this. We're experiencing a shared delusion. When I was offered the role of Natalie, it felt like such a cool opportunity to bring together my love of acting and Minecraft. I was blown away when I stepped on set for the first time. It sunk in that I was in Minecraft. It was such a cool moment seeing all the set pieces come together. It was the details that really stuck out to me though. The life-size blocky trees, the cute potatoes, and how interactive the village set was. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. It felt spot on, like I was walking right into the game. We've got a clip to share that took place on that amazing set. This is the first time Natalie and the crew have stepped into a Minecraft village, and they start to learn the ins and the outs of this new and very different world.
Here it is! Midport Village!
Whoa, 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 who are these guys?
Oh, these dudes? They're the villagers! They're total pacifists and vegetarians. You don't bug them, they won't bug you. They just like to chill, trade, and eat buttloads of bread. They love crushing a loaf.
So they built all this?
Yeah, most of it. But the good stuff you see, that's all Steve. Anything you can dream about here, you can make. Zero limits. Relax, it's just an iron golem, local security force. But they're a bunch of big softies! Unless you start messing with the villagers. Don't ever do that!
This place makes no sense.
Come with me!
Yo, I need protein like Prato.
I got just the place, buddy. Hello there. Woo-hoo! Oh, dude, I got goose pimples just walking up on it. You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken? I did, and you're about to find out.
Oh, is this supposed to be an auto chicken bar?
The village might look peaceful for now, but later in the movie, it's the center of a ton of action. I had a lot of fun training for the fight scenes and learning how to take out hostile mobs. Surprisingly enough, my dance background really helped with the stunts. I mean, fight choreography and dancing do have a lot in common. A Minecraft movie is coming to theaters on April 4th. Get your tickets now. If you can't wait to experience some of the things the movie has in store, Mojang has you covered. Starting on March 25th, you'll be able to join an in-game live event where you can play mini-games inspired by the movie and even earn an exclusive cape. Stick around until the very end of the show where Jens and I will play a quest from the live event. Wish me luck!
This is bedrock, isn't it?
I'm very much looking forward to share our new unseen game drop. But before that, we have something a bit different that will first come to Bedrock in a few months. And we can see it as the start of a new journey. And Jens and Jasper are here to talk more about it.
In the beginning, we would create the art for Minecraft's new features as we were developing them. I made the pixel art for lots of things. And though I enjoyed doing that, I wouldn't call myself an artist. Over time, and after seeing all the cool things players were making, we decided that vanilla Minecraft deserved something better. So we brought in dedicated visual artists to work on the game. World of Colors was the first update to include their work. Minecraft's simple style also encouraged players to create their own textures and shaders to customize the look of the game. Now, we are very excited to show you the next step for Minecraft's visual design. A new look that still stays true to our creative principles. I'm proud to present Vibrant Visuals.
Vibrant Visuals is a visual upgrade of the game. It enhances all the visuals and everything you see, but it doesn't influence gameplay. When you enter the game, there's an immediate sense of wonder. You see the sun shining through the trees, maybe behind the mountain, maybe through the clouds.
Okay, as much as I do enjoy this feature, why do I have a feeling it's gonna bug out my computer even more than the game already does? Because as somebody who plays this on a laptop, I'm able to play the game without it bugging out, but it still has its moments where it'll crash on me, or, well, that's really rare, but it'll still have its moments where I get lag spikes and all that, you know what I mean? So I have a feeling that now that this update is out, that if this Vibrant Visuals, one, I hope that there's an option to turn it on and off, and two, I hope that it's not just default on. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on this.
Makes the game have a really epic scale, and it's so much more interesting to explore.
Wait a minute. Am I tripping? Or did they add a new wood type for the dark oak? Or is that just shade covering up that part? If you look at the oak planks on the floor of this outpost, some of the blocks are more green.
You might notice when you look at the blocks that light behaves a bit differently on the textures. This is because we have used a method that allows us to create extra textures for every texture, and this will enhance how the lighting behaves on the block. We have improved all our emissive textures, so stuff actually glows now, like spider eyes or enderman eyes. In the lush caves it also looks very, very nice, with all the glow berries around there. When you're building your house, you might want to be a little bit pickier now, because you will likely want to make it face the sun. Because compared to before, now the light will actually shine through your windows and light up your room.
In the past, whenever I took screenshots of my own builds, I tended to do them when it was dawn or dusk in the day and night cycle, because that gave the most interesting contrast. Now with vibrant visuals, the directional light and the shadows and all the effects will give you a much more opportunity to create very interesting screenshots.
One of my favorite new improvements is the water. Like, the water has reflection now and it looks absolutely amazing. The deep dark, the sculpt is now emissive and creates a really magical scene. Before it did so as well, but now it's more immersive.
One of my favorite things that the team created is the way shadows align with the grids and pixels. I've not seen that in any other game, and it feels true to Minecraft.
The shadows, they add a lot of good contrast to the world. It helps put everything in context, and it will make the world feel a little bit more familiar. You can also see in the reflections that they're pixelated according to the texture. This is for the sake of consistency, and we think it looks great. So, Vibrant Visuals is backwards compatible with all your old worlds.
Oh my god, look at all of the, like, the water textures is what really looks nice. Like, it looks like they pre-built a shader onto the game. With, hopefully, it doesn't have all the, like, similar bugs that the shaders had. Like, I remember some shaders, I never used shaders, but I remember watching my brother use shaders. And when he used some of those shaders, it would, like, there would be some moments where it was damn near impossible to see at certain points. Because the shaders were just so buggy. So hopefully this is just like a built-in shader that you can just turn on and off in the settings. That also, it doesn't have the same bugs as like actual shaders.
You can just turn it on in the settings. It runs locally.
Okay, well that answered that question. He just said you can turn it on in the settings. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like it is going to be an available setting that you can turn on and off for this feature. Perfect.
So you can play together with your friends that don't have it activated in the same server.
When we started developing,
yeah, as good as this looks, there's a very good chance I'm gonna have to play with it off, just because it might bug out my computer. If I think they said something earlier about that, but I have a feeling that this is going to have to, like, I feel like the performance of the game is going to go down a little bit when you have these activated for certain computers. Like, I play this game on a laptop. I highly doubt I can run the game the way it is and then add these visual improvements onto it. As much as I would love to be able to play these, I just don't know if I can send my computer through that and risk having to, like, regularly blue screen again or having any other problems. You know what I mean?
Vibrant visuals. We felt that it was important to do something new and fresh while keeping it true to vanilla. And I think Jasper
and the team... They said that it was backwards compatible with older worlds, and you can just turn it on in the settings. Does that mean it's going to be automatically on for the new worlds you create? Because if that's the case, then that's crazy.
Team did a great job. Though we are sharing the first news of Vibrant Visuals today, we are at the very start of a long journey. We believe this is something very special for the game.
Oh, hold on. Another thing, since they just showed minecart tracks, I remember hearing something about how, like, I think they have a game, like an experimental thing you can activate for, like, faster minecart rails. Is that in the game now? Like, has it moved from being an experimental thing to becoming a full-on mechanic in the game? Because if it became a full-on mechanic, then that's fantastic.
Bringing vibrant visuals to a broad range of devices. This graphical upgrade is planned for Java, and we're exploring how to do it. But the first version will be available on compatible Bedrock devices in the coming months. I hope these new features will inspire people to create even more amazing builds.
Hey, I don't blame him for bumping Pigstep. Pigstep and Other Side, in my opinion, are some of the best music discs in the game. I don't knock him for wanting to listen to the music from this game outside of the game. You know what I mean? Like the other day, I was listening to the Strad music disc on YouTube. Just because I liked it that much. I feel like Strad is an underrated music disc for sure, but that's besides the point.
Well, thanks.
And now it's time to announce a never-before-seen game drop. It's something completely new, and I must confess I'm very excited about it. It's something that helps you build really big structures. It's something that might make you create a completely new kind of relationship with an existing mob. And it's also something that makes it extra precious to journey through the Minecraft world together with your friends. And it all starts with a rather special and possibly quite sad new block you find in the Nether. More precisely, in the soul sand valleys around these familiar, odd-looking bone structures. But if you take a closer look, you might notice something you haven't seen before. It's a bit hard to tell from behind, but if you look from the other side, you will see a sad face that you probably recognize. It's a
Okay, so she's now talking about all the different new ghast forms they're talking about. Now, I saw a video pop up on my recommended where it was, I assume it was just a clip taken from this Minecraft Live, talking specifically about this section of the video. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. Not in terms of how they're going to implement the mobs. I'm sure they're going to explain that. Something I'm confused about is, are they going to add all 3 of these mobs into the game? Or are they going to use this as their mob vote for the year? Because I will say, something that I've despised for the longest time being a Minecraft fan is I have despised all the mob votes. In my opinion, I just feel like if you're going to design 3 different mobs with 3 different mechanics and you're going to like dive into their mechanics before you even put them on a vote, I feel like it's just better to just release all 3 of them. Say, screw the vote. I understand you want to have this sense where you feel like the players of the game and the fan base are actually like interacting with y'all to make their own choices as to what they want the game to be. But I just feel like it's better if we just get all of the different new things they want to add into the game. Because, like, if you think about all the older mob votes, right? All the older mob votes, like, think about all the mobs and all of the different things that were in those mob votes that didn't win. All the things that lost the mob votes. There is a very good chance that we could see them in the future, but there's also a good chance that we won't see them in the future. For example, one thing that lost a mob vote but we still ended up seeing in the game is the update where they added the mangrove swamp and the frogs. Right? I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that was part of the mob vote where the goat won the mob vote. But because people, I don't know if it's because the community liked the frogs so much, like maybe it came in a very close second during the mob vote, or maybe they just really liked that idea that much, so they just added it in a future update. So it could be possible with these other mob votes that we do see those in the future. But I'm pretty sure that a good chunk of them are just going to be scrapped, all because they lost a mob vote. Now I feel like they already have like mechanics in mind and the mob design and everything They already have that planned out before they even announce the mob vote. So I feel like it would have just been better. It would have been more work for them to implement all 3 of them into the game. But I feel like it would just be better for the player base if they actually did just add all 3 and say fuck the vote. That's my 2 cents on the whole mob voting thing. Hopefully that's not what's going on here, making us choose between 3 very similar types of mobs. Or these are just 3 mobs they're going to add to kind of add more depth into the games. I am curious, though, to see how these guys act.
I guessed.
And how their mechanics are.
The dry gas is a little bit smaller than a regular block, and well, it has this cute little tentacles on the sides, and has this just a little bit grumpy face to it.
It seems very dehydrated. Then you might think that, well, let's put water on it. But there is no water in Nether.
So we can bring it to somewhere where there is water. We'll pick up the block from the Nether, bring it with us from the Nether to through our portal, and what better way to rehydrate a dried gas than just put it in water?
And then we wait.
Wait, so it's gonna be a block in the Nether?
A little bit over time it's gonna start, first it's grumpy, right, then it gets neutral, and then it's gonna start smile more and more.
Because then a Ghastling is spawned.
It's so cute!
Okay, so it looks like... Okay, so maybe we're not actually getting 3 different types of mobs. It looks like you get a dried ghast. Maybe it's a block in the Nether. You pick it up. I think she just mined it with her fist and didn't actually mine it with a pickaxe or anything. So I don't think you're going to need Silk Touch for it, but I could be wrong. So it looks like you get a dried ghast, you take it to the overworld, you put it in water, and just wait, and then eventually it'll turn into a Ghastling. Okay. So that's how the dried ghast works. It does make me wonder, though, if this is going to be like a tameable creature with the Ghastling, or if this is just a friendly phase that does nothing.
Baby! It's precious, it's baby!
He's smiling, he's happy. So the Ghastling just floats around the overworld. I mean, it's a little balloon, basically, right? So yeah, it does what a balloon does. It floats and goes around, but it's also very curious. So it's gonna somewhat imprint over players or mobs and just follow them around a bit until it gets bored, and then it's just gonna, go and follow something else.
This one will not spit fireballs, but you can feed it with something, Agnes.
Yes. It actually is quite fond of snowballs instead, of course.
I think it's so adorable. It's both hydration and cooling down.
And when it grows up, it turns into yet another new thing, which is the happy gas.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm okay with that. So it's basically just one mob with 3 different forms. It's kind of like a Pokemon. If we really think about it, it's kind of like a Pokemon with a 3-stage evolution. It starts out as a dried gas, which is just an item you can find in the Nether. You pick it up, you take it into the overworld, put it in water and wait. Then it turns into a Ghastling. And then you feed it a bunch of snowballs, and then it grows up into a happy ghast. Makes me curious as to what kind of mechanics the happy ghast are going to have.
Yeah, the happy ghast is friendly towards the player. It's gonna roam around, fly around. If the ghast brings you fires, the happy ghast brings you smiles.
There is one more thing you can...
And of course they got other side of the background. Of course they had to play 2 of their best music discs in the background of this. Now fuck with that. Speaking of music discs, I am really looking forward... Something that has piqued my interest ever since they started adding music discs was future updates where they would be adding even more. And I know we just got 3 music discs for one update back in the 1.21 update, but I am really looking forward to more and more music discs being added. I'd love to be able to eventually get to a point where I can fill up an entire single chest with just music discs, and it all be different music discs. That is going to be a fun time.
Do with Happy Gas. You can fly on it.
Which is obviously what you long for when you...
Okay, so that explains why it has this look whenever they showed it to us. So it looks like maybe you can attach a saddle to it. I don't know if maybe you can just use a regular saddle or if they're going to add a new type of saddle for it. But it looks like you can... So does that mean it's a tameable creature? Can you use snowballs to tame it? And like once you put a saddle on it, is it then a controllable mob? Where you can actually steer it? Or is it going to be kind of like llamas to where you can throw a saddle on it and ride it, but you can't actually steer it? Also, is this supposed to be their alternative for elytras? Because if that is the case, then I kind of fuck with it. It looks like they spawn in like Soul Sand valleys, which is cool.
See your buddy flying around in the sky, you want to go flying with it. So if you craft a harness for your ghost...
Oh, it's a harness. Let me see that crafting
the sky,
recipe.
you want to go flying with it. So if you craft a harness...
So it's 3 leather, a blue wool, and 2 glass. Okay. The only thing I would probably change is maybe... Because it basically has a saddle on top, maybe implement a saddle into crafting it. But at the same time, I guess that would make it harder to craft, so I'll let it slide.
For your ghost, you can tempt the ghost to come...
Oh, hold on. Considering it says blue harness, does that mean that there's going to be a different harness for every wool color? If that is the case, then that's cool.
Closer with the harness, put the harness on, and jump up on it.
An interesting thing about...
Okay, so is it going to be kind of like horses, where you actually have to keep going on and off of it until it tames? Or is it just able to be ridden just like that? I guess maybe they'll tell us later on in this.
But the harness also is that you can use it as an indicator to see if someone is riding the gas, because, well, it's got these goggles, and if someone is riding it, they go down in front of the ice.
Oh, that's cool. They got... Okay, so goggles will be kind of like on their forehead type of area if they don't have someone riding them, and then if someone is riding them, they'll have the goggles on their eyes. That's cool. That's a cool little minor detail that I fuck with.
We have a new neat feature as well, Agnes, the locator bar, right?
Yes, so we have a new feature, the locator bar, which you see like at the bottom of the screen, and there you can see kind of in which direction your friends are. So then like when you're out flying on the Happy Gas, for example, and want to find your friend, you see, okay, I should travel here. You can actually be up to 4 players on the Happy Gas, so you can fly on it together.
So you can be the passenger princess on my Gast.
Of course.
I think the Happy Gas is gonna be a great tool for our survival builders because it's a bit like being in creative mode, but in survival, right? You have this platform that allows you to position wherever you want in the sky, and then you can just dismount and build from the position you are at, which is super convenient when working on mega builds or sky bases or tall towers. Is super handy.
What I like is the opportunity we have with all these things. We have the dried gas with all of its decorative implications, the gasling, which is livening up a base, which is just lovely. Then there is the Happy Gas with all of the shenanigans you can do with the PvP, the construction, racing, and so many more things.
Very soon, players will be able to try out these new features in snapshot betas and previews, and we are so excited.
Quick question about that ghast though. Since it's meant to be a peaceful mob and a mountable mob at that, does that also mean that you can access it in peaceful mode? That's just a quick question, because I have this one Minecraft world that I started playing on in normal difficulty, but then once I started building more and more stuff on it, I switched to peaceful mode just because I wasn't trying to deal with all that extra stuff. And like if I can get a happy ghast on my world for that, then that would be pretty cool.
To see all the feedback we're gonna get.
Today we announce our second game drop of the year. It will star dried ghasts, gastlings, happy ghasts, and more.
Look forward to a ghastly summer.
We also announced vibrant visuals, a graphics.
Oh, so are these changes not going to be implemented in this update? Are they going to wait until next, like later on in the year to add this?
Upgrade coming soon to Bedrock.
Oh, and the first drop of 2025 is arriving on March 25th, starring both cold and warm pigs.
Along with leaf litter, new leaf falling particle effects, and loads more features that we don't have time to talk about before this gas crashes.
Before this what?
I mean, lands safely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to co-host the after show.
But that's with average size Jens, Agnes, and Wu.
Oh,
but don't worry. We can watch it together right now.
3, 2, 1!
The Deep Dig? Yeah, I'm not going to watch that, but we have reached the end of this video. So... Uh-oh, my computer's bugging. So I guess while I sort this problem out, it looks like some of those features that they mentioned for, like, look closer to the end of the video, like the new ghast forms, maybe the new visual update, like with that updated visual thing, maybe even some of those other features. It kind of sounds like those aren't being implemented in this update, and instead will be implemented in like a later update, whether it's later this year or some point maybe next year. Whenever it is, it looks like it might have a chance to not be in this update, but I'm looking forward to trying out the new update that they just added, because it's out today. So I'm going to go hop on Minecraft now and go check that out. So I'm going to end the video off here, guys. So if you like what you saw, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. If you want to check out my other socials, you can go to the About section of the channel, or to the description of this video and all my other videos. And with that all being said, my name is Fate. This has been me reacting to the Minecraft Live for March of 2025. And I'll see you guys in the next video, where hopefully I will be finally picking up where I left off for my Pokemon Legends Arceus playthrough. Bye, guys.